Hey, how's it going, everybody? I'm sure you all know exactly who I am, and today I'm going to be answering the questions for the $1,000 Q&A. I'm making this on the 31st. Tomorrow is the 1st, which means the patron cycle will go through, so more than likely, my patron is probably going to dip below $1,000 per month, but I'm doing this anyways. So, first question we have from Hentai Crusader. What happened to the rest of Blind Mute Lolly? I remember there was more. For an example, when Luke and the nun went to see the family for Christmas. The rest of Blind Mute Lolly is actually something that I don't really care to do. I cut it off at the end of thread 27, which is what I consider to be pretty much the full story, because everything after that just kind of seems like a diluted Wattpad fan fiction. So yeah, there is more. It's on Bibanon. I just choose not to read it because I don't enjoy it and I don't think it's anywhere even close to a well-written story. Next one, we have Moron of Schrodinger. How do you find or choose the anime girls in your thumbnail? Actually, it really just depends on the subject matter. For example, the video I posted on my main channel about the guy and his girlfriend, and they got reunited at last, and she died of cancer or whatever. I literally just googled anime couple for the thumbnail of my Anon is pissed off video. I just googled angry anime girl. I pretty much just googled some variation of emotion or action and then anime girl after it, because I don't actually watch anime, so I don't know any character names or anything to necessarily search for. Next one, we have good old Katie. Where's my money, Lebowski? It's down there somewhere. Let me take a look. Nick Kim asks, how old are you and do you live at home? I think most people already know that I'm 19, and yes, I do live at home. My girlfriend lives here kinda on and off, but I live here with my mom, my brother, and my 3 dogs. Katie asks another question, says, wait, better question, how much per month before we get a video of you seductively licking a lollipop? Honestly, I'd probably do that for free. I really don't care. Nick, so Dova, what do you do outside of YouTube and Patreon for voice acting? Literally nothing. I'd like to do something else outside of YouTube in terms of voice acting, but I don't really have any, I guess, way of breaking into it. I know there's websites like Casting Call and stuff like that, but I don't know, it seems kind of intimidating to try and actually set out to participate in an actual role, I guess. Yeah, I don't really know. If anyone has any leads, if any of you are out there making a fucking Rick and Morty 2, cast me and I'll do a pretty good job. Lucky Charms asks, gonna keep upping your quality and becoming god tier storyteller, Daddy Dova? I think the quality is about as good as I can get it for the time being, unless I were to upgrade my audio equipment or my microphone in general. I think this is probably the peak audio quality. As for a god tier storyteller, I wouldn't necessarily say god tier. I'd say maybe the most dedicated. All right. The Twatcast asks, 2-parter. 1, out of interest, are you Jewish? 2, any plans to move into scary or creepy stories such as the likes of B.Busta or Let's Read? Out of interest, am I Jewish? No. My personal religious views are, I suppose, agnostic. I was raised in the deep south to be thoroughly Christian, but I ended up kind of breaking out of that. I do have a big ass nose and I look really Jewish, but that's actually because of a really weird lineage thing. My dad's side is dominantly Native American and my mom's side is really white, so I ended up getting prominent Native American facial features such as the big nose, the jawline, the high cheekbones, but my skin color is just pale as fuck. I look like Casper, so I came out looking like Sheckelstein. As for the second part, am I going to move into creepy or scary stories? Not necessarily an interest in them in terms of just oh, here's a random creepy pasta. I went down in a basement and there was a fucking dead dog and it summoned Satan. But I would be interested in reading the longer ones that give you kind of a chill in terms of like my roommate is a or like my roommate ruins my life, something like that. I might do something like that in the future, because my interest is really long stories that hold interest and kind of give you something to listen to for, you know, hours on end, more so than the actual subject matter. Anyways, okay, so George Atkinson says, how long do you see yourself doing this for? Do you have an end goal? How long do I see myself doing this for? Dude, I don't know. If my YouTube channel keeps getting shit for views, I might just fucking, I don't know. How long do I see myself doing this for? At least until the end of story, bro. After that, I'm kind of uncertain, but I know I will finish off Road Trip, just so I don't cuck anyone. And if I have an end goal, it would be maybe some, like, I don't know, random, like, what the fuck? As for an end goal, I would say, probably, hopefully, some, like, random, like, person who, like, specializes in recruiting voice actors or something, like, comes along and gives me a good old job opportunity or something like that. Or, I would like to do, this is going to sound kind of weird because it's completely unrelated to any of my other videos. I would like to do actually CSGO content or movie reviews content, kind of like in-depth like movie reviews that are like, you know, 30 minutes to an hour long. So it's still kind of like the same, I guess, podcasty like commentary vibe. But yeah, I don't know, the 4chan thing is kind of starting to disinterest me, and there's also not a lot of content there. Inu asks, what's your plans for the future? Probably drift my car into a fucking wall, if I'm being honest. No, my plans for the future in general or in YouTube? Kind of a broad question. I'll just go in general because, you know, a lot of people ask about YouTube. Ideally, I'd like to have a 500 horsepower car. I'd like to Coyote swap my car, Coyote engine swap it, and get it to about like 450, 465, something around there. And make sure it's like reliable enough to not explode every time I drive it. And then just, you know, get a nice little like house, move in with my girlfriend and kind of just have like a chill life, you know, maybe a job that I enjoy, or maybe make enough off of YouTube or something, get a lucky break, get 100,000 subs, I don't know, something like that. As of right now, I'm not necessarily certain, and I'm not locking myself into anything. Alright, Woof Joseph asks if I have any crazy stories from my childhood, and Sicko Mode or Mobamba. Definitely Mobamba. And crazy stories from my childhood, I have a ton. I've been thinking of making them into their own like little videos. They definitely have to be Patreon exclusive because I don't want like the mass of YouTube getting that kind of insight into my life. But yeah, I've been thinking of making little stories from my own life because I know that they're true and they're not like crazy outlandish bullshit. So if anybody would be interested in hearing kind of lengthy stories from my childhood, you know, feel free to let me know, and I'll consider doing a couple of those because I do have some pretty interesting and funny ones. One of like the crazier ones though was when I thought I was gonna get possessed. It's kind of a long story, so I'm not gonna necessarily go into it right here. But if anybody wants to hear that, let me know. It was definitely fucking terrifying. Jamie711711 asks, Fortnite Let's Play when? Probably never. I fucking hate Fortnite with a passion. Yeah, I don't know, but my Fortnite account has like $500 worth of skins on it that I didn't actually even buy. They're just there for reasons I'm not gonna go into. So if anyone wants to buy a Fortnite account, you know, hit me up. Enzo, Jesus. All right, dude. Every time I see your name, I don't know how to pronounce it. I don't even pronounce it right in my head, so I'm just gonna call you Enzo Fernandez because I know I can say that. Do you work on something IRL? If you're referring to having like a job, if I like work in real life, like outside of YouTube, no per se. Working on something though, I would say I am genuinely trying to improve like my skill gap at like CSGO, and I also like working on my car a lot. So yeah, hope that answers your question. Daz wants to know how big my penis is. There's no real winning when someone asks what your penis size is, because if you say like some random obscure small number, they're gonna be like, oh, this guy's joking. So if I'm like, haha, 2 inches, you guys are like, haha, yeah, but what's it really? But if I'm like, oh yeah, I got a 9-inch cock, you guys are like, no way, you're lying. And if I'm like, oh, you know, it's just average, like 7 inches, everyone's gonna be like, okay, yeah, whatever, bro, it's like 5. So we'll just go with my penis size in inches is equivalent to my sub count on YouTube. It's ever changing. See more butts. Can you just say you got... Okay, hold on. Okay, hold on. You just got cocksocked in the ball bag. Alright. And he also says he loves my vids. Thanks, Seymour Butts. I hope satisfied your request. Cortez wants to know what my ESEA rank is. Currently, I have an account that is B+, and it's, I think, 10 RWS, 11 RWS, somewhere around there. And then I have an account that is, I think, like C+, or like B-, that I used to play with my friends that aren't so good on. Undeniable hate. How many Monty Python quotes can you do in 30 seconds? I think "'tis but a flesh wound" is one. I don't know. I've never actually seen Monty Python. I hope nobody gets pissed off about that, but yeah, I've never actually seen Monty Python. I saw it on Netflix though, so I might have to check it out. It's just something I never got around to watching when I was younger. Sorry. Nicholas McKesson says excited for KH3. Yeah, dude. I know what KH3 is. Oh, Kingdom Hearts 3. Yeah, of course. I've never played a Kingdom Hearts game in my life. I am aware that they're like the ones where you can play as like Mickey Mouse or like Donald Duck and like beat the shit out of stuff, but don't know, man. Never played a Kingdom Hearts game. So if any are worth checking out, I might have to go back and play them. I know like they used to be on like the PS2 or something. I don't know. Never played Kingdom Hearts. It was never something that I guess I had access to. I don't know. They look interesting though. Cameron Daughtry or Daugherty. What the fuck? Can you make a spoiler chat in the Discord? I made one when I read that. Cheeto Puff Swag. Can you suck my PP for Robux? Joke's on you. I have an infinite Robux generator. I'll link it in the description down below. All you have to do is just put in your credit card information just to verify that you're a real person. And then you'll receive your Robux. Nate. I'm glad you came back to your channel. Do you think you have anything you regret doing on YouTube? Definitely, most definitely. My YouTube history was kind of a, shitty situation. I got that initial burst of views and then I wrote it and I did a really good job of, capitalizing on the publicity I was getting. And then it just got to like an unfortunate circumstance where just shit kept happening in my life and I kept having to step away. And then when I finally came back for good, I got demonetized and I was like, you know what, screw this. And then everyone was like, no, Dova, stay, like, we'll support you. Like, and I was like, yeah, all right, let's see, like, I feel bad. All these people want me to stay. So I ended up staying. And then it's like, now that I'm serious about it and passionate and putting in a lot of, effort, my channel is kind of stagnated. I get garbage fucking views no matter what I do. And it's kind of disheartening. But my main regret would probably just be just the amount of times I had to step away. It wasn't really in my control, but I definitely could have been doing a lot better in terms of channel growth if I had been more consistent. Faraway asks, are traps gay? All right, here we go. This is the question to end all questions right here. Okay, traps are 100% technically gay. If you have sex with a trap and you are a male, you are fucking another male human being, which makes you homosexual. However, in theory, in a mentality, in a concept, traps aren't gay. Because what's appealing about traps is the femininity of it, which is therefore just kind of, a paradox, a fallacy in and of itself, which doesn't really make a whole lot of sense. Technically, traps are gay, but would I deem them gay? Nah, dude. If you want to go fuck a trap and you're gonna tell me you're straight, I don't really care, man. But I'd probably deem you as bisexual. Yannick Hoax. The most important question of all: are you a tits or an ass man? Definitely ass. Okay, here, I'll ask you guys a question. Just think about this real quick. If you could have a girl with a perfect, nice fat ass and flat chest, or a flat ass and big old titties, which would you choose? Because my choice would definitely be flat chest, big ass. Me personally, though. Jan wants to know, how much time do I spend on 4chan in a weekly basis? I stopped opening 4chan about a year ago. I don't go on anything except for maybe occasionally /o and /a if I'm looking for like anime shit for a video. But other than that, I don't browse B, I don't browse R9K, I don't browse Soch. Pretty much the entire board has just gone to shit. It's just, you open B and there's just nothing interesting. Like, I'm not gonna sit here and complain, oh, you know, it's all like porn threads, like old 4chan was better. It's just there's nothing interesting, nothing to actually entertain my interest or make it worth my time. Daz wants to know, god damn it, Daz, how many questions you can ask me? What's your favorite color? Probably blue. I guess just in general, for kind of like a scheme of things, I like the color blue. My eyes are blue, my mouse is blue, my mic is blue, my keyboard is blue. Yeah, that's my favorite color in the scheme of things. My favorite color on a car would probably be like that magenta wrap, or like just like a deep like brushed silver. Adam, have any of the stories you've read made you feel upset? Like the Ballad of Ella, for example. The Liliad genuinely fucked me up. The Liliad left me with this absolutely fucking just bizarre, uneasy feeling that lasted like 2 or 3 weeks. Like I felt like numb to, I felt so just genuinely like uncomfortable. Like it felt like I had like known Lily myself and then like had like taken on the emotions that like would have been associated with losing someone in the way OP did. It's really fucking weird. It's really strange, but the Liliad holds like a special place in my heart for probably the favorite story I've ever read. Not because he, you know, brutally fucks a 12-year-old, but because it left me with just like this weird, like overpowering emotion. It's the only story that's actually like genuinely affected me, and that's really weird. And I think that's what actually fueled me to continue YouTube, because the Liliad was the second story I read, you know, after the Ballad of Ella in that initial growth period. And if I hadn't read a story like that captivating, I probably wouldn't have kept up with it, because all the stories I read afterwards didn't even come close to even affecting me in the slightest as a human being. Fisker Mandan, is hentai better than normal porn? Objectively, yes. That's all I'm gonna say. Calum? I can't see, dude. I have like 2200 vision. I can't tell if that's an eye. What are some upcoming or other bigger projects you have planned after Storybros road trip? Maybe that creepypasta thing I was talking about earlier. I don't know how many people have heard it, but it's really long. It's like 2 hours long. I'm finishing up the Liliad and finishing up Storybro. Storybro has one more story on his website. It's called Sweet Nightmare. But yeah, I mean, honestly, not really sure, to be honest. Tommy, 3290, wants to know, how did I get into this? Pretty simple. I was sitting in my bedroom one day, and I think I was on B, or one of my friends mentioned it to me. So I came across the Ballad of Ella somehow, and it intrigued me because, like, everybody was like, oh, this can't be TLDR, like, blah, blah, blah. And it was just, like, interesting to me, because it was like, what is, like, the fucking autism with nobody can, like, summarize this story? And I was like, well, if nobody wants to read it, I will. And I read it on YouTube, and I was like, dude, this video is gonna get like 200,000 views. Everybody wants it. And then it sat vacant for like a year and a half with 600 views, and I was like, well, fuck. And then it got 200,000 one day. So that happened, and then I just went from there. The Twatcast. Can you dox yourself intensely in some way? Like I get your home address if I read the first letter of every line of one of you green text readings. No. Harry, darling, do you have plans to get a P.O. box? I actually currently have a P.O. box. I set one up. Somebody offered me a Nintendo Switch after hearing that I really wanted one, and I was like, oh, dude, you know, like, I can't take your Nintendo Switch. Like, I don't, that's like a lot of money, bro. Like, how about you just hold on to it? And he was like, no, 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 like, I insist. And I'm like, how about you just like think about it for a couple days? And after, I guess he thought about it. He was like, yeah, dude, I still want to give it to you. I was like, all right, dude, you know what? I really want a Nintendo Switch. I'll take it. And I opened up a P.O. box. Alameyer. Personal favorite green text you've read on the channel. Favorite girl from Sleepover Adventure. Favorite green text, probably the Lily ad, even though it made me uncomfortable. And then favorite girl from Sleepover. Oh, Sleepover, not road trip. So Sleepover. I guess Glasses. I picture Glasses as May for some reason, like May from Overwatch. I don't know. Marin Kerps. This is a real question, I swear. Will we ever get a crayon green text? I have no fucking idea what that means. I don't know if you're referring to like a green text like infamously like known as like a crayon green text or like a green text written in crayon. I don't know. I don't know. That's my truthful answer. And Baxi wants to know, what's the true meaning of life? Oh mighty God. I believe the true meaning of life is human compassion, and finding just like some genuine happiness. I truthfully believe that it's really hard to be happy unless you're wealthy. Just coming from somebody who's, struggled their whole life being in, like poverty, and just seeing like all these people that are like born into money essentially, just be able to like do whatever they want without working for it. It's annoying because it's like, I don't think anybody wants to grow up and then get to a point where they have to spend their life slaving away at a job, like working most of their time just to be able to even afford a living space and then still not having enough money left over to like do something they want. But overall, I believe the true meaning of life, I guess, is just, a healthy financial state and human compassion. Human compassion being a huge part of that because life really does feel like relatively empty if you don't have somebody you love, you can kind of, relate to and always have there as an emotional rock. Yeah, I mean, that's my view on it. I don't know. Sorry if that's a little too philosophical, but I don't know. I'm going to switch over to Discord real quick. I got a couple questions on there and we'll finish this up. Mr. Pineapple asks, if you were in the club with your girl and some buff black dude walks up to you and slaps your ass and says, "You looking like toaster strudel," what do you do or say back to him? That situation would probably never occur because my girlfriend and I don't go out clubbing, but in that situation, I guess I just have to kiss him on the lips, bro. My boy Shecklemaster wants to know, if your girlfriend is bi and has sex with a girl with you watching, is that still being a cuck? If you're not engaged in it, yes. If it's a three-way, then no. It's still being a cuck, but it's slightly less cuck than letting a guy fuck her. It's like 50% cuck. It's almost acceptable. What is the meaning of life? I already answered that. And what instruments do you play? I play the guitar, and I play a very mean pencil tap on my desk. Whammy Me wants to know, my question for the Q&A is, can you say my name out loud? It's Finn Enright. Well, there you go, Finn Enright. Hope that satisfied you.